This is the third part of chapter number 1, power sharing. In this part, we'll discuss about two things. That is very important topic, may come in 3 marks or 5 marks in your board exam. The first very important topic is, what are the two reasons of power sharing? So these two reasons are prudential and moral. And the next topic we'll discuss will be types of power sharing or forms of power sharing. So let's discuss quickly about the first one, that is two reasons of power sharing. So first one is prudential and second one is moral. So prudential means practical reason of power sharing. There are few points in this prudential or practical form of power sharing. Prudential can be also called as a logical reason of power sharing. So prudential means practical or logical. So first here it gives stability to the government. The next point is it also reduces the chance of conflicts. The third one is the particular outcome will be also better in terms of performance. And the fourth one is it also enhances the national integrity and unity. The next one is moral reason of power sharing. So we all know the meaning of moral. So here the first point is, it is very spirit of democracy. What is the meaning of a spirit? A soul, you can say. So this is a soul of this power sharing is the soul of a democracy. If you're not dividing power, if you're not sharing power, you cannot be a truly democratic nation. The second one is, it is making the government more responsible, accountable and legitimate. Responsible meaning to you all know. Accountable meaning is answerable. Suppose if I am your teacher and if you're asking me any question, so I have to answer your question, so that I am an accountable teacher. Then the next one is legitimate government. What is the meaning of legitimate? Legitimate word derived from the word legal. So anything which is under the legal terms and conditions or rules and regulation will be called as legitimate. The next point is the popular participation from the people. If people will believe in government and if the power is distributed to the last man of the country, then there will be a huge participation from the people. And the last point is decentralization. Means power is not on one person or one body or one level of government. It is distributed at a multiple level, so that better outcome and better performance can be achieved. So that is the decentralization. So this is all about this particular two reasons, that is prudential and moral. Now the next topic we'll discuss, that is forms of power sharing. So basically we have 5 forms of power sharing, that is vertical, horizontal, community, coalition and different interest groups. So first of all we'll discuss about the vertical. So in vertical forms of power sharing, we are dividing power into the different level of government. It is also known as federal structure. Remember the federal or the federalism word, because the next chapter of political science will be the federalism only. So I'll just give you the very quick introduction about that particular thing here. So here the government will be divided into 2 or more level, that is central government, state government and local government, for achieving better outcome and for reaching to the people and to handle their grassroots problems. And the next one is horizontal form of power sharing. This is also known as check and balance system. Actually here we are sharing power between different organs of the government, that is JIL. J stands for judiciary, E stands for executive and L stands for legislature. Legislature is the body which is making and passing law, or they can change the law, or they can amend the law, or they can delete the law if it is not required. Executive can be of 2 types, that is permanent and political. Permanent are civil servants and political are our ministers. The next one is judiciary. Suppose if there is any kind of conflict or dispute is there, so we will resolve it, our judiciary. Why we are calling it as check and balance? Because here these all 3 organs are independent in nature. But suppose if the legislature is making any law which is not as per the constitution, so judiciary can change it. Is it clear? But suppose if something is not there in constitution which is compulsory to implement in society in current time, so this legislature can bring a law in a form of bill and they can pass from both the houses. After signature from the president, this bill will become law. So this type of powers are there in the hand of each organ, and each organ is acting like a check and balance system with each other. The next one we have is a coalition government. So coalition government we must know because we are reading it from the class 7th and 8th. So here coalition government means, suppose there is a situation in which no political party is having majority to form a government. So two or more political party will join hands with each other to form a government. So this type of government will be known as coalition government. The next one is community government. So community government example we have seen in case of Belgium, where to include all the community member, including Germans also, they have formed the community government in which Dutch, French and German people were there and they were taking decision regarding language, culture and education. Similarly in India also, we are giving power to weaker section so that they can improve their condition through the reservation. Like women, SC, ST, OBC, nowadays we are giving reservation to poor people who are coming from the general category also. The next one is different pressure groups or the interest group. So here we have a number of groups like farmers group, labor group, worker group. So they people are continuously putting pressure on the government so that government will make policies for them in a better way. So in that way this power is shared in India. So that's it in this chapter. We will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care of yourself. Thank you.